So this is the second video about Sylow group. So this will prove the third Sylow theorem. So hope you guys subscribe to my channel. Oh, by the way, this is the course in National Yangming Jiaotong University. So the third Sylow theorem says that the number, let's say NP is a number of Sylow P group. The number of the NP is either first divides M, and also NP is 1 mod P. Okay, so which means that let me just see the notation. Yes, M. So basically, this tells you that this MP will just right. So your group is P to the N times M. So this MP will just divide the remaining integer. Will be the factor of the remaining integer, and also is 1 mod P. Okay. So you have a very strong constraint at the number of Sylow P group. Okay, so the idea using group action. So by Sylow 2, we know that all Sylow P are conjugate. So let's say, so I define a set S to be all Sylows. All Sylow P. Okay, and when I take group action, apply on S by just G mapping to the remaining subgroup H. The subgroup in H, H mapped to a group action defined to be G inverse. Right, so for each subgroup H, my element G apply on it will just be the conjugation. Okay, but so by theorem 2, G acting on S transitively, because each S, right, each Sylow group are conjugate. So you take any Sylow group, then you conjugate, then you will finally become other Sylow group. So by the counting lemma, right, your set S is the number of Sylow group, will be the G divided. There's only one orbit, right? So G divided by something. So this proves that MP is a factor of G. It's a factor of G. Okay. Right, because it divides this, right? But MP is a P to the N, and this is P to the N times M, right? So we don't need to right. So it's because you're okay. So sorry, it's not this. So this show that MP is a factor of G, right? But G is P to the N times M, and the Sylow group size is already P to the N, right? So this thing, if MP divides this, then MP then must be factor of M, because this is very large. This Sylow group is already P to the N. So if you have a lot of different kind of Sylow P groups, then they need to divide the remaining. Okay, because this is already very large. It's not already. It's divide this. Okay, so MP just divides it. Okay. 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 So now we need to show that MP is 1 mod P. Okay, this is much more technical. So the idea is that let me take P. Let me just fix P as a Sylow P, some Sylow P group. Now I consider the G. Oh, sorry. Let me just do this. I consider P acting on all Sylows. So it's the same set as before. So let's call it S. By what? By P. Let me see. P acting on S, I just define it as a PH, or maybe PQ. I just define as a set as a PQ P inverse. P belongs to P. Sorry. So sorry, I'm stupid. So what I'm saying is that when P acting on S, I just meaning I just for each element small p, when I apply on the Q, I just map to PQ P inverse. So this is a Sylow subgroups, right? Because it's a subgroups and its size is P to the N. Okay. But now let's see. But the number of, right? So now we can write class equation. So the number of MP is just size of it's just a sum of the different orbits, right? And the group is P divided by something, right? P divided by something. Okay. So if this something is less than P, which is P to the N, then there will be some remaining P. So if I modulo this equation by P, then I will get this number of this MP modulo P will be the terms. Basically, it's the number of terms which something is exactly P. So meaning that these are so-called fixed points. So basically, this is the point which basically you cannot move, right? So because this is so-called GS, which is G in the group here, G, and it is P where G let's say this is corresponding to Q. So GQ G inverse is Q. Okay. But now I'm sure that there exists one orbit, right? So there exists one fixed point, which is just P, or P in a set S, right? Because P itself stabilizes P. If you take any element P, if you take any element P here and then you times P inverse, then become P. Because let me just write down. So it's just to show. Okay, so just to show. So to show what? So show what this is the only fixed point. Okay, so let me just write down. So this is the only fixed point, meaning that P is the only Sylow group. P is the only Sylow group which stabilized by this action. Stabilized by this action. Because if this is true, if this is the only one, then you modulo P here, then you get 1 plus the rest of the term. The rest of the term is basically divisible by P. Okay, so so it's proof. So suppose not, meaning that there exists another Sylow Q, where it's different from P, and such that PQP inverse is Q for every P belongs to P. Okay, but this tells you that the P is in the normalizer of Q. And this is normalizer of Q, because this means that this Sylow group normalize every right. So normalizer of Q means that the elements which normalize Q, but all the elements in Sylow P normalize Q. But now here comes the interesting part, because this normalizer Q is a subgroup of G, and this is P to the N. Size P to the N. This is P to the N times M. So and Q is still here, right? Q is here. So if you forget about G, you came here, then this guy is also P to the N times some N prime. So PQ are both Sylow P of NQ by theorem 2. Theorem tell me that PQ are conjugate, right? So PQ conjugate are conjugates in NQ. But each element in NQ normalize Q. Right? Each element in NQ normalize Q. Because okay, so first you know that PQ are conjugate in normalize of Q. But normalize Q, every element normalize Q conjugate. Every element in normalized Q conjugate Q will be Q itself. Right? But PQ are conjugate in N of Q. So this means that QP, this proves that P equals to Q. Okay, so this is a little bit tricky. So let me stay more carefully. So since Q is conjugate, I mean, by definition, any element in NQ, let's say any element in NQX, XQ, X inverse will be Q. But Sylow theorem tell me that this guy should generate P. Because P is, you say that P are conjugate in, P is also in NQ. But P is a Sylow group of Q. So this is by Sylow 2. The second theorem of Sylow 2. So which finally prove that NP is 1 mod P. So summary. So the first one is that Sylow exists, Sylow P exists. The second one is that they are all conjugates. Okay, so this is so one special case is that if there's only one of Sylow group, then it's normal. Okay, the third one is that NP divides M and NP is 1 mod P. Okay, so next time we will use these 3 theorems and we get a small classification. We get a classification, partial classification of a finite group. So we can classify some particular finite group. If their order is very typical or only contains a small number of prime factors, then probably then one can use these 3 theorems will tell you some structure of the finite group. See you guys next video.